Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's 8:36 here on O'Connor and Company in your nation's capital. Great way to start your day. On the right side of the equation, it's Larry O'Connor with, wow, that's Mercedes Schlapp.
They're doing all the Latino music. Thank God it's Latino music as opposed to Latinx music, Latinx.
Yeah, we
music.
don't go with the Latinx thing here. Joining us right now is America's border czar, Tom Homan. And Tom, I should give you a fair warning. By the end of this interview, Mercedes will have you moving to Maryland and running against Chris Van Hollen. She's been recruiting every guest to run against this guy for Senate. So you've been warned.
Well, look,
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Wouldn't be a lot to beat this guy. He's so anti-American.
Yeah.
Well, and listen, we were really taken by your words yesterday in front of the White House speaking with the press because it was just unambiguous about what an outrageous stunt this is. But and you know, we've been making fun of him because it was so fruitless. He has no business doing this. But it's also kind of dangerous, isn't it, in terms of the message being sent to the other criminals who are still in this country that you're trying to round up and take care of.
Absolutely. The message he sends to Maryland is that U.S. citizens take a back seat. No, he's a guy who refused to sign the Lake and Riley Act, right, to protect citizens from illegal alien gang crime. He's the guy who supports sanctuary city policies yesterday, was the day before yesterday now. An illegal alien was arrested for murder. They didn't honor the ICE chain and released him back to the street. An illegal alien murderer. So ICE had to go find him. So rather than take care of Maryland, take care of the U.S. citizens who are being attacked by and murdered by illegal aliens, he flies to El Salvador on taxpayers' dime, the Maryland taxpayer dime, to defend a criminal alien with a final order of removal. It is now designated a terrorist. He's an MS-13, which there's no question about that. It's just, like I said last night, it's just disgusting. At what point it's just over the top, I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah, I got to ask you because we've seen Governor Wes Moore also supporting Senator Van Hollen's efforts, basically saying that he's grateful for Van Hollen's leadership in ensuring Kilmar is safe and will be brought back home to Maryland. I mean, up to what point, you know, because I think what you're doing and what the administration is honing in on, which is the right messaging, which is like, look, this guy's a criminal. This guy came here illegally. He was supposed to be deported already and wasn't. I mean, up to what point do the American people just say this is enough, or the people in Maryland say this is enough, because they're ignoring Rachel Morin and her family, which she was violently murdered by an illegal alien in Maryland, a mother of 5. I mean, Tom, it must be just infuriating.
Oh, look, you know, and bottom line is a part of me I wanted them to keep doing it. I wanted them to keep saying it because you know what? It's going to kill them in the midterms. They obviously didn't learn anything from the election. That America wants a safe border. America wants, criminal. Just about, what was it, 88% of Americans want criminal illegal aliens removed. So, keeps up the same rhetoric. It's going to hurt the party because the party don't know where they're at right now. But I tell you what, even if the Supreme Court, which they did, and I know said we didn't have to, but let's say the Supreme Court, we're ordering you to bring him back. Okay, then we deport him the next day. He's an illegal alien, the final order removal. And the withholding that one immigration judge issued, 2 things. Number one, El Salvador isn't a dangerous country anymore, so the withholding is less important. And number 2, he's a terrorist. The withholding doesn't mean anything. So even if we can't remove him in El Salvador, okay, we'll remove him to Haiti. He's an illegal alien with a final order deportation. He's not going to stay here. He will return, get locked up, and deported the next day. So, and no one wants to talk about that. That is the best that could happen for him.
We're speaking with Border Czar Tom Homan, again, about the cause celeb, thanks to Senator Chris Van Hollen, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. You've been in law enforcement for many decades, specifically with regard to gangs and gangs who have entered this country illegally. What is the evidence that is usually gathered to determine if somebody is a member of a gang? It's not like they're carrying around membership cards, right? And of course, I'm guessing almost everybody denies they're a member of a gang because it's a criminal enterprise. So how is it determined then? What evidence do you generally gather and use in courts? And was that the kind of evidence that was used to determine the disposition of this guy?
Yeah, it varies on this case. No case is the same. Like I was on a gang unit in Phoenix for years, and when I was the ICE agent there, assigned to their gang unit. And look, it depends. Like the media wants to say, "Oh, it's a tattoo." It's a lot more than a tattoo, but a tattoo is one factor. I mean, if your face is tattooed with MS-13 on your face, chances are you're probably MS-13. But tattoo is one
but did
factor.
This guy? What we've heard so far is
it's police reports. It's police reports, it's immigration reports, it's intelligence reports, it's confidential informant statements, it's social media. It's a myriad of things that we take in consideration. But remember, not only did a police officer, a member of a gang unit, classify him as MS-13, two different federal immigration judges classify him as MS-13. ICE database has him MS-13. El Salvador says MS-13. I mean, there's more evidence of this guy just about anybody else we removed.
It seems like the root of this problem is the state of Maryland and the politicians, the Democrats, embracing these sanctuary policies. You have said in the past that that's harboring a criminal. What's going to be done about that?
Well, I don't want to show our hand right now, but I've had several follow-up meetings with Pam Bondi. She's already started suing sanctuary cities. So while DOJ handles that, and it's coming. So I don't want to give you a lot, but we've been working with the DOJ on what constitutes harboring, what constitutes concealing, what constitutes impediment. So the DOJ is going to push that part, but what am I going to do as the borders are? Sanctuary cities like Maryland, here's what we're going to do. If you want to keep releasing public safety threats in the community, then we're going to flood the zone with immigration agents in your community. So we're going to send more agents, and not just ICE agents, DEA, FBI. Everybody's been out there with us, U.S. Marshals, everybody's been out with us in these interior enforcement operations. We'll flood the zone. We can't arrest a bad guy in the jail. We'll arrest him in the neighborhood. And if we can't arrest him in the neighborhood, we'll work at worksite enforcement. So not only we flood the zones of the neighborhoods with agents looking for these bad guys, and when we find the bad guy, most likely he's going to be with others that are illegally in the United States. May not be a criminal threat, but illegally in the United States, they're coming too. So sanctuary cities are going to get exactly what they want. The more agents in the communities, then in addition to trying to run the workplace, we're going to vastly increase the worksite enforcement operations in sanctuary cities. So we're going to work sites, we'll arrest the bad guy, and we'll arrest every other illegal alien in that work site. So sanctuary cities don't want us in the jail, then we're going to be in the neighborhoods, we're going to be at work site, we're going to bring it, and we're just going to flood the zone.
Tom, that's going to definitely take federal funding. Do you have the backing, you think, of Congress? Will there be enough federal funding to cover the additional resources needed in these sanctuary cities to ensure that that the agents are getting the support they need to do their job?
Great question. I'm glad you brought it up. Unless they give us money, we won't be able to do it, and criminal aliens keep hitting the streets. So we got to keep President Trump's promise to decrease illegal alien crime to zero. That's going to take Congress to finally give us the money that we need to add more resources. We need more beds. Every person we arrest, we need a bed. And we need to hold them in that bed until we get a removal flight. Right now, at last count, we had a little over 1,400 empty beds. We'll fill them in 2 days. So Congress needs to give us the money to buy more beds, more airplane flights, and more resources on board. We need more contract money to bring in contractors do non-law enforcement duties so we can release the badges and guns to the street, 100% of them. So you're exactly right, Mercedes. We need money. Congress needs to come through the money so we can keep President Trump's promise to the American people. The promise that American people demand from Trump, they made it clear during the election, it's the number one issue. We need to keep the promise to the American people what we're going to do.
Well, let the record reflect this program was the tip of the spear in the Tom Homan fan club in the American media. Back in the first Trump administration, we knew he was a superstar, and now he's an international rock star. You're the Tom Jones, you're the Prince, you're the Michael well, no, you're Tom Homan, but you're kicking butt, and we appreciate it.
Look, I appreciate it, but I want to give the credit to the men and women of the Border Patrol, the men and women of the ICE who are out there every day with the gun strapped, taking us on. God bless them.
Yeah.
And President Trump, without President Trump's leadership, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we're at right now.
And
He's
to
the game
reiterate,
changer.
Chris Van Hollen, Wes Moore, and Democrats and sanctuary policies are making it more dangerous and more lethal for those men and women who are in the uniform, who are doing their job and enforcing the law. They are impeding their efforts, and I pray that nobody gets hurt because of those policies. Tom Homan, always great to talk with you, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.